Hello, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Axis Group of Services, Ali Prime platform we are using for the Women's Development Program. And today, session number 6, we are trying to understand the accounting basics concepts. As a regular practice, we'll start our day with the fact of the day, or fact of the day. So, here, knowledge is better than the wealth. Knowledge is better than wealth. Knowledge protects you, but with wealth, you have to protect it. So, here, try to understand the fact of the day. Knowledge and the wealth are interrelated. If you have a knowledge is better than the wealth, and knowledge protects your, but wealth, you have to protect it. Knowledge will protect you, you have to protect your wealth. Okay, so try to understand and try to implement in your regular life. Now, on to the next bird eye view. Okay, here in the bird eye view, we will try to understand what we discussed from the session number 1. In the beginning, we discussed the accounting concept called business entity concept, as well as we understood the concept, the meaning of capital and drawings in the previous sessions. And today we will try to understand the we already understood the general entry number 1 to 6, cash received and paid to person and the owner. And in the general entry number 3 and 4, cash deposit and cash withdrawn from the bank. And general entry number 7, 8, 9, 10, check received and check issued to Mr. A owner, the person. So we understood the cash and check related transactions very clearly. So in the today's objective of learning objective, what we will understand the scenarios. The in general entry number 12, check received and deposited on the same day, and check received and deposited on the next day. Sometimes what will happen here in the previous session, we understood check received from Mr. A. Directly we recorded as a bank account. Why? Because check represents bank. Check represents bank. But in the practical life, okay, we'll receive the check but will not deposit it into the bank until unless you will not deposit it in the bank. Okay, you will not collect, bank will collect the money, you will not get the money. So holding check with you is equivalent to cash only, but you will not receive any cash until unless you deposit it. So just I'm trying to explain here the very important concept of, because check is nothing but a cash in transit, like check received but not collected the money. So how to treat these transactions and check bounced, check return. What is the journal entry? You received the check, you deposited the check, but you didn't get the money because your customer, the person who given you the check, did not maintain a sufficient fund into the account, or the signature is mismatching, or date is wrong. These are the reasons. In that case, bank will reject the check and we will return check to the customer or the person who given check to us. So what will be the treatment with related to these concepts? We'll try to understand. And entry number 15 and 16, cash deposit and withdrawn into the ATM or from the ATM nowadays. Yeah. So now come to try to understand the scenarios. Entry number 1 is entry number 12 is check received from Mr. A and deposited on the same day. Check received from Mr. A and deposited onto the same day. So we'll not afraid by seeing a big transaction or something. Simply we will try to implement our steps. Step number 1 is read the transaction and understand in your mother tongue. Here अपने को चेक आया मिस्टर ए के पास से, और जिस दिन चेक आया उसी दिन डाल दिए, द సేమ్ డే వి డిపాజిటెడ్. ఏ రోజైతే మనకు చెక్ వచ్చిందో అదే రోజు సేమ్ డే మనం డిపాజిట్ చేసేసినాం బ్యాంక్లో. ఓకే, సో నౌ అవర్ objective is step number 1 is understood. Step number 2 is identify the accounts. Here check is nothing but we always telling to take it as a bank, and Mr. A is a personal account. Mr. A is a personal account. Check also a personal account because it is both are the personal accounts in the given transactions. And try to understand the same date is deposited. Means who received the check? Now check with the bank. Bank is the receiver and Mr. A is the giver. So rule debit the receiver. Debit the receiver. Bank is the receiver and Mr. A is the giver. Credit the giver. So bank account debit to Mr. A account credit to being the check received from Mr. A and deposited into the bank on the same day. So here debit aspect, credit aspect, bank is the debit aspect, Mr. A is the credit aspect, narration and underline. Hope this is a very simple entry, same what we discussed in the previous session. Okay, come to the next general entry number 13. Here check received from Mr. A and deposited into the bank on next day. मतलब आज चेक आया मिस्टर ए के पास से, अपन चेक रिसीव करे, बट आज नहीं डाले, कोई और दिन डाले. नेक्स्ट डे मीन्स नॉट ओनली टुमारो, that will be next day means maybe day after tomorrow or next week after 15 days based upon the check date. Okay, in that case, so check received today but not deposited to the bank, still the bank is not received check, customer paid to us, that means equivalent to, treat it as check with us is equivalent to cash. So here check is a check, and Mr. A's two accounts are involved and 2 days are involved, day one and day two. Here check is the receiver, bank is the receiver, Mr. A is the giver. I'm not implementing the step for this given transaction because of the space. Okay, so here we are trying to understand day one. Day one we are treating it as a cash. We received the check. Still, the check with us. Customer given check means we received the money. But practically we not received, bank will collect the money. That's why we need to treat it as a day one cash account debit to Mr. A account credit. Mr. A is the giver, being the check received from Mr. A. Debit aspect is a cash account because even the check we are recording it as a cash because it's not yet deposited into बैंक. जब तक चेक बैंक में डिपॉजिट नहीं होता, जब तक चेक आप लोगों के पास रहता, उसको क्या करना है आप लोग, यू नीड टू ट्रीट इट एज कैश. Okay, credit aspect is the mystery and narration and underline. In the day two, we are depositing day two. Next day, we are depositing the check into the bank. Then who is the receiver now? Bank received the check. You deposited into the bank means yes, bank received the check, and Mr. A account debit to cash account. You are depositing your check which we have in your cash balance. So cash is going out. Mr. A account debit to Mr. Cash account credit. So if you see cash is debited, cash is credited, debit and credit get cancelled. So what is the final entry here? Bank account debit to Mr. A account. Entry is same. Until unless deposited into the bank, keep with you, treat it as a cash. That's it. Very simple. When you received, you not deposited same day, you need to treat it as equivalent to cash. And when you are depositing, remove from your cash and deposit it into the bank. Very make it very simple. There is no confusion. Debit aspect, credit aspect, narration and underline. General entry number 14. General entry number 14. Check bounced and returned to Mr. A. Check bounced and returned to Mr. A. Here, check bounce means we deposited into the bank, but bank is rejected. That may be a reason of the person who given the check, he don't have the sufficient funds in his account, or he may be signature not done properly, date mistake, or any rectification. These are the reasons where check will return. Bank will return the check. In that case, you not received the money. So in that case, what you will do? Bank will give to you, you will go back and you will give to your customer. So here check is a bank is a personal account. In that case, and Mr. A is a personal account, and here bank is the giver. Bank will return, and you need to credit the bank. And Mr. A personal account, and Mr. A is the receiver in this case. You are returning check to Mr. A. Mr. A is the receiver. The entry will be Mr. A account debit to bank account credit, being the check bounced and returned to Mr. A. The debit aspect is Mr. A because Mr. A is the receiver, and credit aspect is the bank. Here, bank is the giver, and the narration, description, and underline. So these are the entries. Entry number, general entry number 15. Here, check deposited into ATM or bank. So in this case, cash is a real account. ATM means bank account is the name of the bank personal account. Here you deposited cash into the bank means cash is going out, and Mr. A, Mr. Bank is the receiver. So debit the receiver, credit the giver. The general entry will be the bank account debit, cash account credit, and being the cash deposited into the ATM or the bank underline. The debit aspect is bank because bank is receiving the cash we deposited into the bank or we deposited into the ATM. That means bank penalty. The bank will receive the cash, and cash is going out from ours. That's why we credited the cash. Narration and underline. Entry number 16, cash withdrawn from ATM. In this case, cash withdrawn, you are receiving the cash. Cash is coming to you. And Mr. A is the, Mr. Bank is the giver. So cash is a real account, and Mr. Bank is a personal account. So here cash withdrawn means cash is coming in, debited, and bank is the giver, credited. The entry will be cash account debit, bank account credit, cash account debit, bank account credit being the cash withdrawn from the ATM or the bank. So debit aspect is cash because cash is coming into the business. Bank is the giver, credit aspect, and the narration, description, and underline. Hope you are getting the answers. Just try to implement the step number one, two, three, four. Don't try to remember the answers. And as a regular session, say women's empowerment program, we are trying to give you the message from a leading ladies. So today the lady is Safra Courts, CEO of Oracle. CEO of Oracle. So what she is telling, the most significant barrier to female leadership is the actual lack of females in leadership. The best advice, the best advice I can give to women is to go out and start something. Ideally, their own business. If you can't see a path for your leadership within your own company, go blaze a trail of your own. Try to understand the message from the CEO of Oracle. See, all the leading businesses we are sharing on a daily, every session. All our CEOs are female CEOs. Okay, so try to understand the message and try to bring those qualities in you and try to implement. So let us listen her words, what she is telling.
Consensus does not always work in a crisis. Does not. You must have the courage to move forward. If we're going to do it speedily and do it this way already, why don't we do it for the whole business? Engineered systems. There's only a few choices. Transformation takes leadership from the top. It takes vision, commitment to drive change across an entire organization, and third, constant communication. We believe that in the cloud, the way things used to be can't continue. Finance has to be the co pilot because now it's about making better decisions immediately. It's is this working well for us in real time such that I should invest more? Or should I, like a pilot, should I pull back? Is this not working out? And in a time like this, in this massive disruption, there is incredible opportunity.
Okay, try to follow the leading ladies because this program we completely trying to resolve the barriers or challenges of women's to become a leader. Okay, thank you very much. All the best. See you in the next session.